The sports thing then. John,
Hi.
as chairman of Havant Rugby Football Club, what does the grant from the Sports Foundation mean to Havant Rugby Football Club?
It's a significant advance for us. I mean, the club's a little bit tired decoratively, and the infrastructure's failing us. So really, it's all about making the place a better facility for people to come and do their sport here, and that's what the Inspired Facilities Fund is all about. It's Olympic legacy money. We applied for £55,000 to improve our floodlights, our changing facilities, our toilet facilities, our President's Lounge and our bars. And it's really about making the facility better, enabling us to monetise it and get some more cash out of the facility and plough it back into the rugby. So significant day for Havant Rugby Club. £47,000 is what we were awarded. Sport England came down yesterday. We had the Mayor here and our local MP David Willett. So fantastic, really, and we're very proud to receive this money.
Well, congratulations on that, John, and we really hope that Havant Rugby Football Club grows into the future and sustains another 60 years. Seeing it's the 60th anniversary this year.
Absolutely. It's tough times on the pitch at the moment, but we've made some very key decisions that we're not going to pay our players, so we need to invest in the infrastructure, make it a better place and get more players down here and enjoy the rugby here. So yeah, really delighted.
Exactly, and with a good academy and the good minis and juniors to come through, maybe in the next 60 years you're top of the top leagues.
Absolutely, and I think the significant thing this season is that we have a lot of the academy players here, and at the start of the season, we struggled, and it was new to them playing in National League Rugby. But before Christmas, we started to win a couple of games. We drew one, and we went away down to Gravesend and won. But we've got a lot of injuries at the moment, and that's part of the problem, is strength in depth. So the more players that come through, the more strength we have. We can start putting 3-4 sides out again, and that'll make a really big difference. Important thing is it's a great place to be, and people enjoy being part of Havant Rugby Club. We've got to start winning on the pitch, and it'll get even better.
There's great spirit here at Havant Rugby Club. I see the ladies are doing extremely well this year.
Fantastic. Yeah, really significant advancement there. They're putting out a very strong side. They're unbeaten this season. It looks like they're going to win the league. So we're really proud of those guys. And they're going from strength to strength, and a really key part of the club, and very active on the social side as well, which is brilliant.
Excellent. Well, thanks very much for your time, John, and hope you have a fruitful next season.
Great stuff. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers. But came through unscathed, with heads held high, spirit still intact.
Look, the reality of it is Canterbury were 20 games in, 20 games unbeaten, scored something like 900 points and conceded 300. So whatever it was going to be a tough ask. It's been a really tough week. We've got lots of boys that have gone down with a mystery virus. We lost sand cutting this morning. The prop pulled out with a virus. Jared Robinson, the winger, pulled out with a virus. Yeah, and the list goes on. So if you put it in the context of that, there was a lot of positives from especially the first half, where we really battled and really took it to them, and there were periods of the game that we, well, without any shadow of a doubt, looked to be the better side, and spurred on by some very good and very positive support. I thought we'd actually play very well, but more importantly was we've come out of this week. We've got 2 huge games in the next 2 weeks. We've got Luton next week, and we've got Gosport in the Cup semi-final the week after. We haven't picked up any more injuries. We'll have some boys coming back, and and we'll be stronger for this. But fair play to Canterbury. They're not the best side in the league for nothing, and they'll do very well going up into National 2 next season.
You're right saying there were a couple of times where they haven't seemed to be a better side. I mean, we all saw that. I think maybe a little bit of discipline or defensive play. Are you working on the defensive play more?
Well, I think what we have to be realistic about is we had Pete Living, who is a 10/15 playing on the wing. We had George Weeble, who's only called up this morning to come out and play, who is naturally a centre, played on the wing. And when we played them down in Canterbury, they scored virtually all their tries through wingers, and today they didn't score one. And I think we have to be proud of how those boys stepped up and came and defended, put them under pressure. And when they were under pressure, they didn't look like the best side in the league. They didn't look any different from us. The reality of it is they are well drilled, and when you're well drilled, things go your way. You pop off when you've got runners, and that's what we need to aspire to. And you only get that by putting hard work in. And that's where with the fantastic news of the Inspired Facilities grant, they're going to give us better training facilities next year. We're going to have better floodlights. We're going to have more room for people to be able to do stuff. We're looking at bringing in, a gym into the facilities as well, so we can have, a better rehab. And, we are really working hard to create an environment that are going to be able to allow us to compete with sides like Canterbury and really start to turn around, a professional backroom environment, in what effectively is an amateur club.
Exactly. Well, all the best.
Thank you.
And I'm sure it'll go much better.
Next 2 weeks we'll define our season. Thank you.
In the 60th, before you run off,
well,
the 60th
exactly.
This year, what does it mean for yourself personally and for the club as a whole?
Well, look, for me personally, I've been at Havant now for best part of 15, 20 years, and I live an hour's drive away, and yet I want to do that 3 times a week, because I think Havant as a club is something that gives a lot to the community and gives a lot back to players. The 60th gives us a chance to be able to celebrate where we've come from and actually really start to let the boys understand that this isn't just about, the mates they're playing with, it's about some of the history behind it. And if you listen to the crowd today, they're cheering us on. These are boys that have played for Havant 20, 30, 40 years ago, and I think ultimately we are playing for them just as much as we're playing for ourselves, and this is a chance to actually celebrate that as well.
Exactly. Well, great stuff.
Thank
Thanks
you
very much for your time, Rob.
Appreciate that. Thanks, Nick.
Cheers, mate. Thanks. Bye.
Cheers.